everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Veil. I am Adina. Glad to see you this Tuesday. I am your resident hostess with the mostest, um, unintentional comedian, psychic medium. I am a medium first, though. And if that is not, oh, woo lady. I do rituals and stuff. If that's not your thing, if you think that's weird, if you think I'm evil, please, you're free to leave. I send you off with blessings, no judgment, no hard feelings. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I understand, accept, and even appreciate that. If this is your thing, I welcome you with open arms. I hope that you find a nice community here. And if this is your not your first time here, I'm so happy that you decided to join me again. I'm happy that you haven't written me off as a nut job. I appreciate your presence here. And if nobody's told you today, I love you. Dina loves you. Hi, Rhonda. I don't think I've seen you in a long time. Hi, Kabir. How are you doing today? I actually really like your name. Where are you from, Kabir? I'm from the United States. I live in Florida. Hey, JD. How are you? How's everybody doing this Tuesday, this day of Mars? You're from India? Okay, I thought so. With the name Kabir. What does Kabir mean? Thank you. I don't feel lovely, but thank you, JD. Thank you, JD. I have been a nervous wreck all day just because I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me, but I have been feeling very, very, very confused about myself lately. It's weird. It's a weird, okay, cocktail and dinner. I always like your post-work vibes. You always get home, have yourself a nice drink while you're fixing dinner. I love that. I hope so because I just um how many kids do I have? Zero. I'm nobody's baby mama. Luxury manifest. I know you guys are always here. I'm struggling with this empty feeling I have. Very, very empty, a little bit unfulfilled. Nevertheless, you're asking me why I don't have any children, but if I said I had some, you'd be calling me, why am I a baby mama? So let's stay out of my womb. It is easier said than done, JD. I'm really trying, but I think I'm just a bit stressed out and overwhelmed. There's a spider on the that's not a spider. Don't say that because there is a spider loose in this room. So don't say that. There is a very big one in here somewhere, and I'll only be in this room long enough to do this live, and I'm getting the fuck out because I tried to kill it. I lost it, and in order for me to not burn the whole house down, I just stay out of here. So, anyways, before I begin my celebrity soup, I decided to come and do this reading because I feel like yesterday um, it was a little heavy. And I did get a whole lot of new subscribers yesterday, but I want you guys to know exactly what I do before you get settled in. I don't want you guys to be misled. Yesterday, I did not pull any cards, so the subscribers that I gained yesterday may not know that that's what I do here regularly. I sometimes notice that when I do certain readings that are not card heavy, psychic heavy, then I get a lot of subscribers, but then it seems like within the next couple of days, some of them go away. And I think it's because They peek around and see what I really do here, and then they start to feel like I'm crazy or they're not really interested. But it's unfortunate because they missed out on a lot. Anyways, that reading was really heavy yesterday. I usually save that kind of stuff for my members live. But anyways, I wanted to come back and then entertain you guys about some celebrity shenanigans because I know that's what you guys follow me for. Also, my accuracy. And there's been a little bit going on lately. I try to disengage from mainstream culture as much as often because I don't live in it. Um, and when I'm in it too much, I start to feel heavy and empty, like I'm not using my gifts for the right reasons. So, anyways, I did announce that I am getting ready to do an upcoming group ceremony. This is not the first time I've done this combo ceremony, but it's the first time I've offered it as a group ceremony. It is, well, I'm just going to say Sunday, September the 7th, there is an eclipse, a full total lunar eclipse, and it will be the first of a series, um, of eclipses. This one takes place in Virgo, which is a money house. It's an earth sign house, so it's a money house. Virgos and all earth signs, thank you, Sunny, are very, very money oriented, career success, tangible success oriented. So, this full moon and total lunar eclipse on Sunday, September the 7th, will be a when I facilitate a crown of success and a fast money um, ceremony. It's a combo. The crown of success is its own ceremony by itself, and so is the fast money. The difference between them, for a lot of people who ask, who aren't familiar, and many of you already are familiar with the crown of success, many of you get it on your own. The last group ceremony I did for the crown of success was during the spring solstice on March 20th. Um, and well, I think a lot of people have saw the results, including myself, because I got extremely busy. If you guys check my services, you'll see that the fast money, my service list, you'll see that the fast money ceremony is a lot less expensive than the crown of success. And the reason for that, even though I'm combining them both. So the crown of success is usually done when you are attempting to crown yourself with success. Meaning if you have a job that you are looking to get some extra success or blessings in, if you have a business and you would like to see an increase in your clientele, if you'd like to see an increase in your sales, things like that, the crown of success is kind of a long term ceremony, and it's unlike the fast money ceremony where you do that because you need some quick cash coming in. The crown of success doesn't always bring you quick cash. It kind of does, but what it does is set you up for success. So for instance, if you have any endeavors, even if it's just a nine to five job, the crown of success usually does things like bring you unexpected promotions or bonuses, might bring a new opportunity. If you have a business, you will definitely see an increase in sales and clients. And it kind of happens over a period of time. So I'll say between 3 and 4 months, you'll see the crown of success start to work and then come into fruition. Now, the fast money, like I said, I do that ceremony when people just need some quick, fast cash. And that doesn't necessarily have to come from a job or a business or something. You may get lucky and find some money on the ground. Some people get a whole lot more tips, like if you're a waitress or something and you get tips like JD. I remember she did it and she mentioned she saw, I think you got $1,000, you saw an increase in tips or something like that. But for me, I saw an increase in new clients. Money was flowing, JD. Let me pin that. I see an increase in clients. I see an increase in my monthly subscribers. The last Crown of Success I did, my uncle called me the next day and said, I'm ready to sell my house. And his house is going to be listed at $650,000. So, and he's been thinking about it since I became a real estate agent almost 3 years ago. And immediately after I did that Crown of Success, the very next day he called me and said, I'm ready. And so that's an example of the Crown of Success. It's not the fast money because I didn't earn money from that right away. But that's a $650,000 listing. And I don't usually let you guys count my coin, but that's a 6% commission for me, with 3%. Um, I can't remember what my brokerage split is. I want to say they get. I keep third. I keep 70. I think I'm on a 70-30 split, maybe. Um, so, and I also saw my subscribers increase. So that's kind of what the Crown of Success does and the Fast Money does. I'm doing a combo ceremony because in these hard economic times, while people are also being crowned with success, I want them to also see money start coming in quickly because that's what I want for myself. Not only is September 7th a full moon, I mean the total lunar eclipse, but it's also a waxing gibbous. Now, I was born under a waxing gibbous, and anytime you are trying to bring something in, you want to do that while the moon is waxing full. So, anytime between the new moon and the full moon is when you can do things to attract abundance in. So, not only is it going to be a eclipse, a total lunar eclipse, but it's also a waxing gibbous in Virgo. So, perfect time to bring in money. I did announce that ceremony on my page, so it's a post. So for those of you who don't remember anything I'm saying about the dates and things like that, it's posted on my page. It is Sunday, September 11th. I'm doing the Crown of Success. I only do those on Sundays, working with the sun. When I offer a group ceremony, the price is always $50 per person. Those ceremonies are a lot more than that, but whenever I offer group ceremonies, the price is set at $50 to allow everybody a chance to participate. If you do not have my contact information because you're not already a client, you can email me at beyondtheveiladina@gmail.com. I will need your first and last name and your date of birth. That's it. And everybody else who wants to participate, you already know how to join. You have until Friday, September the 5th to join. That's my cutoff because the 6th I'll be shopping for all the materials I need. So now that that's out of the way, I decided to come here and do a celebrity soup. And celebrity soup means there's a lot of stuff going on, and so I might just breeze through a little bit of all of it. First and foremost, someone asked me in the comments, will Cardi B, let me see what they said. Let me pull it up right now. Candy QZ1. Hello, Queen. How are you today? Can you do a review on how you think Cardi B album will do and when she sell more than Nicki Minaj? Now, I actually answered her question because I wasn't going to do any more Cardi B album conversations. I think I've already done two, and I kind of have already said what um, what I predicted for that, I am going to read that here publicly. But thank you, Kizzy Wizzy. But I will say, because of what I saw when that commenter asked me, I flipped through some things and I looked into it. Actually, Nicki Minaj, I think, was in her outcome when I was answering that question for the subscriber, and then Doja Cat came out behind it. So that led me to believe that Nicki Minaj is not Cardi B's current competition. It's Doja Cat. So I'm not sure why anybody is concerned about whether she'll sell more than Nicki Minaj when there are other female rappers dropping with her. Nicki Minaj is not. And so I do not think that she'll sell more than Doja Cat since that's her current competition. And I got the Six of Cups in reverse. I think her glory days, or the days, I'm going to say that I do not think that she will outsell Invasion of Privacy. And in my opinion, that is the only person that Cardi B needs to compete with, or anybody. Anybody only, especially an artist. You only need to compete with your last project. That will keep you sane. If you're not competing with charts and you're not competing with other artists, you're only competing with the last project you put out, then that's an attainable goal that you control. You always control that. But if you are trying to compete with external circumstances, then you might always be a nervous wreck because you can't control that outcome. So, before I say anything, if Cardi B is wondering if she'll outsell any other female artists, it is my opinion that it's healthiest for her to only compete with her last project. That way, her measure of success won't be determined by anybody else's, only her. I'm so glad you did, Angel. So, but let's see, because that was my opinion. I don't have an opinion on SZA's music, the loud PRXT, but I respect yours. I don't have an opinion because I'm not that much of a fan, but speaking of a fan, I'm about to plug a group. I'm about to plug an artist, and I've never done that because I am Adina the artist. I would only plug myself. I'm going to say two words. Google them. If you are like a hip hop head, don't Google them. You might not like them. They give very much 70s, the Carpenters type of vibes, but they are black. Their name is Infinity Song, and I am obsessed with this group. They are a group of siblings, two girls and two boys, and I think they're from the UK. I'm obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. They are not everybody's. You can Google me by typing in Adina the artist. Go on YouTube and type in Adina the artist. I do have an official artist page on YouTube. I don't promote it that much because I am not trying to be like that. I've made music all my life since I was a little girl, and I make music for me. So, oh, thank you, JD. Are you talking about them or are you talking about me? Oh, you like them, JD. Ah, I'm glad that you like them because I thought my sisters were like, no, no. And I was like, I was sending them live songs. I was like, so this one doesn't do it for you? I'm obsessed with them. Oh, thank you, JD. I don't think I'm the best. Actually, I do. I think I would probably be better than a lot of you guys' faves if I had a bigger budget and a better production budget, like better studio equipment and stuff like that. Um, but yeah. Oh, JD, not quoting my lyrics. I want to cry. You guys, JD just quoted one of my lyrics in here. That's a real OG right there. And I feel honored because she's a big barb. So if a bar quotes my lyrics and makes space for me in their brain outside of Nicki Minaj and her lyrics, I'm honored. I'm honored. So, JD, you are so special to me. You are so special to me. I really, really, really appreciate you. I've never seen support, I mean, like you guys, but that Barb energy, that Stan energy, I've never had. I don't consider you a fan, but like, I know that you're a fan of Nicki Minaj, and if that's a little bit of the support that she gets from her fans, then I can see why she covets them so much because you guys are really good to me. And I love you guys for that, especially my busted babies. So, anyways, enough of me. Belcalis Almanzar, she's also in court today. She has a lot going on. My goodness. So, I don't know if I want to ask just about the rollout or if I want to know about everything. Let me just see. Not a shrine of Nicki in your bedroom. Must be nice. You bet I just got back from KFC. I cook. I don't eat out. I don't eat fast food. I cook. You're welcome. I actually made loaded fries today. So no, I didn't just get back from KFC. I fried some French fries and then I doused them in ranch, buried them in shredded cheese that I shredded myself, diced up jalapenos on a cutting board with a butcher knife myself, baked bacon in the oven, took it out, diced that up myself, sprinkled that on top, popped it all in the oven just for about 5 minutes so that it can melt, and I took it out. No, I haven't been to KFC, and I actually haven't been to KFC since 2019. You're welcome. Well, I'm black and I have a spirit inside of my body, so that would be considered black magic, wouldn't it? Is that what they taught you to be afraid of? Black people's spirituality? They call that black magic, black people's spiritual systems. You know, that voodoo stuff that helped free France and all of that stuff. That's, that's the black magic that they taught you to fear. But if you're not disrespectful to me, you have no reason to fear my black girl magic. Now, Nicole Blue, right back at you, my dear. I love your presence. All right, Cardi B. Let me cleanse my hands. I smell peasants in the chat. Sakfased. I didn't mean to say France. Jaguar. I meant to say Haiti. I didn't mean to say France. I meant to say free the Haitians from France. Sakfased. Jaguar. Shout out to the Zoes. Oh, I know. That's why I keep my Florida water. It's for the peasants. Love my flared nostrils. Why have the trolls been so interested in my nostrils lately? My goodness. There you go. Since you guys want to be up there, there you go. All right. Take off my charger for a second. All right. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Belcalis Almanzar. Belcalis Almanzar. Belcalis Almanzar. You have to be a regular here to understand my Belcalis Almanzar. Belcalis Almanzar. Belcalis. You're watching my live from India. I'm honored to be an international player. Do I got woes in every area code? Like my boy Ludacris said, I'm flattered. Love and support from Gino Lackerman and Bingo Warriors. You're trolling me, but that was cute. You see me, Angel, all the way in India. No, that's Arab money, not India money. I'm sorry. Okay, there go my Indian music. Shout out to the Indians. That's my Indian music. Cyprus? Is that Egypt or something like that? Hold on. Oh, y'all like my Indian music? Where is Cyprus? Cyprus? Where is that? The Middle East. Y'all love me in the Middle East, ain't it? Oh, that is beautiful. Nisi Beach. Look at those beaches in Cyprus. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you greeting me from the beach in Cyprus? Coral Bay, those are beautiful beaches. Look at that. Look at that. Cyprus. Look at that. Oh my God. Shout out to everybody in Cyprus. Oh my goodness. I ain't said nothing yet, Tierra. Yeah, shout out to the Indians. And this, what do you call you guys in Cyprus? The Cyprissians, maybe? All right. Cardi B, talk to me. You got a lot going on, my love. You got an album coming up, and you've got a court case going on. Spirit, please allow or compel Cardi B to speak to me in her spirit and her truth, keeping nothing from me. Bel Khalees Almanzar, what's going on with you currently in your life between your album rollout and your current court case? What will be your outcome of it all? Specifically, your album rollout, because that's what the people wanted to know about. What's going on with you, Cardi B, in your current life? And how will your album do? I don't listen to Cardi B, but one of my subscribers does, and they asked me to do this, so I am doing it. If you are new here, you will find that I am not a fan of anybody. I'm not in celebrity or stan culture outside of reading them for you guys as entertainment. And so do not try to peg a fan base on me. I am too old for that. I was alive before a lot of that stuff. I was alive before these computers was rolled out that I'm sitting on. So, well, that just makes us a bunch of silly motherfuckers. All right, Cardi B, what's going on with you currently? How will your album do? The people want to know, will you be a major success in your album? In the middle of a rollout, I can't imagine having a court case in the middle of an album rollout. Currently, now this is a card of starting fresh, kind of. It's a card of finding out that the hill that you are standing on is kind of a slippery slope. So now you got to get back in the field and compete. This makes me think about her calling herself a senior compared to the other female rappers that she's dealing with. In between saying that and now, something may have made Cardi B feel like she's not. That might be her being on social media or hearing the feedback from that comment. This tells me that either there is going to be, this means that she's not better. These are the other female rappers. This is what she said she is: the senior and better than all of her peers. In reverse, though, you kind of fall off that hill that you were standing on back into the fold with everybody else you're competing with. Somewhere in the midst, either Cardi B was not truly confident in saying that, or the response may have made her feel like, and that's probably because Doja Cat, even though she didn't specifically say, I'm better than Doja Cat, Doja Cat is the only other female rap artist that's currently putting out music or preparing to put out an album. So that has to knock her off that hill, because Doja Cat just released a pop rap album and it did very much well. So even if she feels better than the other girls, there's at least one that she knows that she's not a senior to. That's probably Doja. Hey, Miss Carol. Hey to everyone I didn't get a chance to read. The challenge, it seems to be, this could be court, this could also be the industry. I think it's a little bit of both. And this is 10. This is the 10 of Pentacles, sophomore. The challenge, she said she was a senior, but the challenge is the 10. Sophomore is the 10th grade, right? She's releasing her sophomore album. Inherently, you can't call yourself a senior when you're releasing a sophomore album. That will null and void being a senior. If you're a sophomore, then you can't be a senior. And this isn't me being a stan or fan. I don't care. I actually like one of her songs, and that was Press. People didn't like Press. I like Press. Press, 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 press. Card don't need no press. And then when that beat dropped after, man, I think she did her big one on that. I like Press. It just got me a little hype. Press, 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 press. And then that beat come in. Carter don't need no press. Kill them all, want to win the best. And I like that song. Just that one. But I like it. I don't know if she graduated high school. So the problem with saying that you're the best and that you're a senior, the problem is that she's only releasing a sophomore album. Yeah, I think it was cute. I like that song. I heard that it wasn't her fans' favorite, but that was actually the one that I liked the most. I didn't like Bodak Yellow because it was Kodak Black's song. I did like her voice part on Tomorrow, like everybody else did. Tomorrow too, like everybody else did. But I don't. That's only the stuff that I heard. I heard Press on Pandora, and the Tomorrow stuff. I heard that on the blog, on a clip on the blog. Never listened to her album, so I won't be that much of a judge. But from what I see, the only problem with her saying she's a senior and better is that she's only just now releasing a sophomore album. King of Cups is behind her. This makes me think of a very, very, now this could either be Stefan, or this could be Offset releasing his album. And I think that this is Offset releasing his album. I think that in Cardi B's opinion, she might think that it was good. I think that she would think his album was good. Otherwise, I might have seen this in reverse, meaning Offset released an album, but it was trash. She might have had concerns about that too, interfering with her rollout. So now his album release is behind her. One less thing she has to worry about. Near future, this Eight of Cups in reverse, I don't like it. It makes me think that Cardi B is no longer happy with the music she's about to release. I think there's little melancholy with her having to continue on this rollout. In my last reading I did on her, in her same position, I said she's going to begrudgingly do this rollout. I think it was a 10 of Wands. And so here, I think that she's after hearing everybody else's music, Offset's music, Doja's new song that's doing well, Ice Spice just came out. I think she's concerned now about the music she has. I think she might feel a little insecure now about the music that she's stuck with. And this tells me she has no choice but to roll with the music she has. I think after hearing everybody else, she'd like to go back and do some more stuff, redo some stuff. Cardi, you can't release music like this on account of what everybody else is doing. This is why my advice I gave before I even start pulling was so good for her. You should only be competing with yourself, Cardi B. And it's being self-conscious about your music, because she doesn't say that, but that's the only reason she stalls. She's self-conscious. That is not going to help you create good music. I think she mentioned something about a writer's block. Being in competition with everybody will stifle your creativity. Or creative block. I don't know if she said writer's block, but she may have mentioned a creative block. You'll never be happy with what you release if you're always looking for a sound that will do something, a sound that will chart, a sound that will outsell somebody else, a sound that will make people upset, or a beef or something like that. If you were a creative, I feel like Cardi doesn't know the energy to be in as a creative, because she's not a creative. A creative can release an album whenever they want. People say, well, Lauryn Hill only released one. No, the fuck she didn't. She didn't. Lauryn Hill was a bona fide MC, and we know that because she was with the Fugees, the only female rapper and singer in the Fugees. So not only did she have to compete in a rap group with what, 3, 4 other men rapping with them, she also had to sing with them, rap and sing with the Fugees. Then she dropped Miseducation. But did we forget about the Unplugged projects after that? They weren't considered studio albums, but she released projects after that. The Unplugged was her speaking of unplugging from the industry. So I cannot say, when people say, well, Lauryn Hill did not own, she released one studio album, but Lauryn Hill was a member of the Fugees before she was solo Lauryn Hill. And she had to prove herself in a group with male rappers, rapping just as good as them, and then singing. So I feel like Cardi B has a lot of pressure on herself, but if you just get in your creative vibe, whatever that may be, then you'll be able to sell your music a lot better, because you will believe in it. Her aim is to outsell everyone, crowning her. She wants to outsell everyone, including the queen. She wants to usurp the queen and become the king. She wants to outsell the queen. Now, for the person who asked me, was she going to outsell Nicki Minaj? I would need to see this in the outcome, not in her aim, not what she's aiming towards. I need to see this in the outcome. And so below, she wants, now this is the aim, but this is the resources you have to get there. She wants to outsell everybody with this. A song that people have rejected. See that hand upside down? She said here. And then the general public, according to outselling everybody else, the general public said, no, thank you. It wasn't well received. Ooh, I was gonna say, look how many people I lost. I ain't coming for nobody. And you guys will see that when these things pan out, that I'm not a hater. When they pan out, then you'll only have yourselves to be mad at, not me. And that's for the people who get mad at me about saying these things and then it happens. And I sometimes be thinking about y'all. I be remembering the stuff that y'all be saying. And then when it happens, I think about y'all like, I wonder if they feel like shit right now. I wonder if they thought about how they tried to clock me. Cardi B this is how she sees herself currently. And all of this is my opinion. So none of you guys have to hate me or take anything I say as law. Spit it out if you want. I don't mind. I have an audience of almost 3,000 people who are here because they know exactly what I do here. So I'm okay. Um, I don't think she's in a good place. I think she's very melancholy. Because I think Cardi B really wanted to believe that she was better than everybody else. But if this is in my how a person sees themselves position, I wouldn't want to see this. Now, I'm going to say that I think that Cardi B regrets her fallout with the big three blogs. She has some blogs that support her. Ken Barbie, maybe, and what, Joe Button. But I think she regrets not having the big three blogs on her side anymore because they would have helped promote her song and it would have reached more people. I think that probably, I think she's on one of them. Whoever is, Nicki Minaj the temperance was in her outcome earlier today when I did this for the person who asked. And they asked me if she'd outsell Nicki Minaj. Well, the temperance, which is a Sagittarius card, was her outcome. So I thought, no, she won't. Nicki Minaj will stay Nicki Minaj. But since you guys mentioned she may be doing a collab, well, that makes sense. I think Cardi B regrets not having the big three on her side anymore. Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, and whichever one, it has to be another one that no longer promotes her. Now here's the queen, external to her, sitting pretty on her throne, unbothered. I don't even think this is Nicki Minaj though. Who else is a Capricorn? Ice Spice is a Capricorn. This could be Ice Spice. This could be Nicki Minaj. Because the last time I read Ice Spice, this was the challenge for her. And I remember these things because I remember reading people. But this was Ice Spice's challenge, and I said Ice Spice wants to be that bitch better than everybody else. But it was in her challenging position. It's going to be difficult for her to do that. It's going to be difficult to be better than everybody else that has talent that more people believe in. It seems as though some of these artists take the hype surrounding them as though people take them seriously as MCs, which is why when it comes to popularity, they usually flourish, but when they put out projects, they usually don't. If these girls and their teams were analyzing their data a little bit more, they'd have them pivot out of music and leverage their popularity. Because to be honest, if you keep putting these girls in an arena where they have to compete and prove themselves unworthy, it will make them unpopular over time. And then you won't be able to leverage that popularity anymore. Ice Spice is doing good by moving into music. I think she's gotten that hint. This is somebody that Cardi B competes with, one of the girls. Somebody on her neck, though. Somebody's on Cardi B's neck. On purpose. One of the girls is on her neck on purpose. Hopes and fears. This is If I was doing a health reading, I would say this is bipolar. This is severe emotional instability, severe emotion. This is depression if I never saw it. It's Iggy. Is Iggy a earth sign? Let me see. Iggy Azalea. Is she an earth sign? Azalea Zodiac. Let's see. She's a Gemini. It could be her because she's probably well off on her own. Could be. I'll have to clarify. Severe depression, severe emotional instability. Poor thing. Now, the outcome, though, is the star. So, this tells me sympathy and payola will keep Cardi B afloat. The star, it's like wishing on a star, but it's also naive. Cardi B will be kept as Cardi B because they need her to be there. Not because she's a good artist, but because she serves a purpose. Also, this card comes out when I see celebrities who are mainstays in the industry. Whether they have talent or not, they become A-list for whatever reason the industry uses them for, and sometimes it's not talent. She's a star, so she will remain one. And the industry will support her because she is a star, not just a celebrity, but a star. There seems to be a difference. So in that regard, I see what she meant when she was saying, I'm a senior and those other girls aren't. I think Cardi B knows that it has nothing to do with her music, but more to do with her being owned by the industry. She's a fixture in the industry. Even if she can't sell organically, they will make a place for her. JD. But it's also, the star is also naivety. And it makes me think she doesn't know why they have her there. Without Cardi B, they cannot continue. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Well, let's just clarify. I'm going to start with the star and her outcome because I asked how her album was going to do. It'll do well. It'll do well enough. Something's going to get pushed back. I don't think she's going on a tour. Now, I don't know if this is a tour or the project being pushed back, but something's going to get pushed back or delayed. Maybe strategically, so that they can place her somewhere where it's not as competitive. And that may be the support. She's going to have to push back a project or something because of all the other heavy hitters that are releasing around her. Doja already changed the game for her and her team. So that's why it's the star. They will, and it's a little bit of naivety because they're not serious with Cardi B. I believe they want to, and this ain't even the pregnancy issue. Her issue with this Wheel of Fortune, you see the four fixtures, four fixed signs of the zodiac. There are heavy hitters getting ready to release projects surrounding her. Doja Cat, Taylor Swift announced, Kanye announced. I don't know who else, but they have to push her back to try to find a safer place to drop her, I believe. Yep, because behind everybody dropping, she can't drop her album with all these other heavy hitters surrounding her. And it's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Bad luck, bad timing. Because they all decided to do it surrounding her. Now, Cardi B, the star comes out because they're trying to tell you something. The industry might want to put you there, but your peers are trying to sabotage you. Your peers know that you have been waiting for a clear moment to drop, and they've been waiting to drop around you. Do all of these people have some sort of close friendship with Nicki Minaj? Your peers don't like you, Cardi. It's my opinion, but everybody who's dropping around you, they don't like you. They're trying to sabotage you. It seems they have an issue with people who don't deserve it being poured favors into. And everybody who's dropping are legit artists. And so that's where the sympathy comes in, because her team will have to take sympathy to this fact, to knowing that Cardi B can't stand alone with all of them dropping. This is her not dropping. Too much competition. She can't drop. Too much competition. Several people, maybe 2 or 3, released projects on her, around hers, that she can't compete with. Not without the hand of the industry holding her up. These wands can stand alone. She can't. On top of that, she's going through a court situation. So she also has to wait for this court situation to be wrapped up too. I'm going to say, Cardi B, you will survive in the industry because of the contract you're in. When I see this, it means that a celebrity is A-list. They've done everything to sell your soul, so to speak. All spiritual stuff aside, certain contracts equate to you selling your soul. You have no rights. I do not believe, I've never seen Cardi B's contract, but as a businesswoman who owns businesses herself, and who has done HR for other people's business and a whole bunch of other stuff in my almost 38 years, you sell your soul in contracts. If I'm going to say that if I was an executive and somebody approached me with the idea to invest in Cardi B, I'd say the only way I do it is if she's in a 360. And this is me. I would not sign her outside of a 360 because she does not write, she does not produce, and I don't think she contributes a whole lot creatively. And so I would know that in order for me to recoup, I have to be very strategic in my investment with her. So I'm going to make sure that I get that back, because on her own, I do not think that she's polarizing enough without the machine to create that kind of energy, success for herself. She's a part of the industry, and so she will remain there because contractually she will. And there's a soul element to this too. There's a spiritual element to this too. I also also wouldn't be surprised if this project makes her want to. I know she says she's not going to give up on music, but I don't believe that. I see so many challenging energies here for her. I don't think she's going to be happy being a celebrity for the rest of her life, but I believe she will be. It reminds me of Chris Sean crying, saying, "I don't want to be famous no more." They all go through that. They all go through that. And then when they find out that it's too late, then they have to find a way to accept their condition. Remember Sukiana, early in her career, came out with that video crying and snotting through her nostrils on the camera about selling her soul? Fun fact, in Cardi B's early days, I saw her do one of those too. She was in Dubai or somewhere, and she had a conversation just like that. I saw it with my own two eyes. As soon as they get signed, they have those regrets, but then you never hear them having the regret again. You just see them living the celebrity life and doing all of the shenanigans, right? This lady is not happy having to live up to a standard that's not genuine to her, but she's contractually obligated to be in the machine, to be with the shits. And so, no, her label isn't dropping her per se with this album. They will have to try to work around everybody else. If she were a real creative, they say, bet, drop. It's going to be a great opportunity. Drop. You could. Let's see what, you know. Mm-mm. I think Cardi B is a money bag for her label. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get a cut out of some of everything she does. If she gets paid from social media, I wouldn't be surprised if they got a cut from that too. All right, near future, Eight of Cups in reverse. I think that's her not being too happy with her release and the music that she's making after hearing everybody else. I think she wants to go back and try to make something that might compete, but she's stuck with this album now. So let me see. Oh, where the hell these came from? I've heard New Yorkers speak Spanish. Fat Joe, perhaps. Big Pun. Angie Martinez. It's ladies' night. What? It must be Angie on the mic. The butterbean baby got the sugar, got the spice, and I'm the rookie on the salsa team. Me and Kim is getting cream like young man Louise, but it's song. Never leave that shit alone. So if you say a song, then it's song. Bang this in your whips. I'm sorry, I was getting carried away. Notice how I could rap Angie Martinez's whole verse. Bang this in your whips. Man, listen, I want to play Ladies Night right now. Y'all done got me hyped. Never the one packing a gun. Got some other raw chicks for that. Lay that ass flat. I be the one choking you. Listen, okay? Nine of Swords. Yeah. Okay, so let me clarify this. Yes, ain't it Yamaguchi? With all the cameos in there too. I mean, the cameos you had. Um, was it Change of Faces was in there? Was it Change of Faces or was it Change of Faces? Maybe Aaliyah was in there. They had tons of cameos in there. That video was just lit. It was a vibe, man. TLC, yes. Y'all had to be there to experience. Yes, Zayn, TLC, Brownstone, Mary J, yes. All those were classic days. Now that's when I stand music. Ugh. Oh, the vibes. Woo. And speaking of her accent, because I can rap Fat Joe if I knew his lyrics. What's the Fat Joe and Big Pun song? I'm not a player, I just crush you like. You see how he said that so clear? Spanish from the Bronx, right? But we know the words. If you're going to be a rapper, that is kind of like having a career in communications. You're a communications major. I probably, we love her accent, but if I'm a senior in rap, then I'm probably going to hone my skills. Maybe that's just me because I have a stellium in my sixth house, the Virgo house. And so I want to be a perfectionist. I want to be the best at anything I do, and I know what it takes to be the best. So I don't mind working hard. Yeah, she should have sampled Big Pun. Why did she go for Jay-Z? I've been telling her, honor your ancestors and you will thrive. But nobody in her team watches my videos because they watching Sloan Bella. Now, for everybody who knows that I've been trying to give that nugget to Cardi B, I gave her a vision for an album cover and the way she should create music that Spanish hip hop, ironically, Bia dropped an album and dropped a song, and she had a girl rapping in Spanish on there. And when I saw it, I said, bitch, that's exactly what I was telling you to do. Now, if she had have done that, that left the window of opportunity for that girl to blow up because Cardi B left that lane wide open. You are a Latina. We would not be upset with you if you did Spanish rap. I would love it. And I'm not a fan of her music, but I think it would come more naturally to her. I would have had, yes, if you're going to sample somebody, I would have dropped in that album. I'd have had a Fat Joe sample on there, a Selena sample on there. I'd have had all kinds of Latin and Spanish artists featuring. Oh my God. And it still could have been hip hop. Bia speaking Spanish in that one? I didn't know Bia spoke Spanish. They left it wide open because Cardi don't want it. I would love to hear her get up there and spit some hardcore Boricua shit in Spanish to a fire ass beat. That's why I said the desire to compete stifles her creativity. I didn't hear about Jennifer Lopez getting dropped by her label. I'm surprised that she had one. I don't know why I thought she was independent all this time. Cause I'm not a fan of Jenny from the Block's music. I never have been. I wasn't a fan of her dancing or her acting, except for Selena's. I think she probably should have stayed in her Spanish bag too. People love it when you honor your own culture and your ancestors. We support that. We don't want you to be us. We want you to be you. Give us some Latin flavor. We love the Latin community. Yes, we cousins. We cousins. Why you want to skin swap when we cousins? What is this little doggy on my screen? Who sent me that cute little doggy? Were you guys able to see that? The way it stayed on my screen and it was doing like this. Oh, God bless you. That was so cute. That was so cute. That made my day. That was adorable. The little things make me happy. A corgi, is it pronounced corgi or corgi? It was adorable. And it just stayed there, just little. It distracted me with the little doggy. You guys, don't put no. Well, if you put another animal up there, I'm gonna get distracted. I just said I got a stellium in my sixth house. I love the animals and they love me back. Y'all remember when I used to do these on that bitch farm? That bitch that I shot out name, her farm. And every time I made a point, what did y'all used to hear? Every time I dropped the bomb or dropped the gem on y'all, the cock-a-doodle-doos used to crow. It's the only thing I miss about my ex friendship is her farm. Because the animals love me and I used to love them back. Oh, corgi. Okay, I like that. Corgi. How cute. Okay, what else? All right, I'm about to shut this down so I can move right along. I'm going to do her current position. Hi, Kale Storm. Welcome from England. I'd love to visit you and have some tea, but I don't think I would be too interested in the beans and biscuits. But tea, oh yes, please. The animals were lively because they knew what I were doing. Animals and me, I have a connection with animals. It's the sixth house. Domesticated animals fall under the sixth house. Large livestock fall under the 12th house. And I have a 6th and 12th house stellium. So being on her farm made me feel more intuitive. And it probably made them feel something too. Hello in Russia. I don't know what the cultural meal is in Russia, but greetings in Russia and toast with a glass of vodka. Cheers. In my best Russian voice. What is the cuisine in Russian that I would have if I got to Russia and all the Russians were like, you must have our. What is the dish? If I came to Russia and they said, you must try, what would that dish be? I'm a Taurus rising. So, yes, when I greet you, the first thing I do when you show me where you're from is think about your local cuisine. I've said before that I travel for food. I travel places to taste the foods in the place, to taste the food and the culture. Last time, last time I went out of the country, it was to Cozumel, and we wasn't scared of nothing. We told that Mexican tour guide, "Don't take us to the tourist place. We want to go where the good locals go." Now that could have ended up dumplings. Dumplings is a Russian food. That could have ended up horribly bad, but it was amazing. We were safe. We went to the local restaurant. It was live music. We danced with the locals. He took us to the little street stores, like the markets. Everything in there was $5. It was great. But I didn't want to taste the tourist food that they think Americans like. I want to eat what y'all eat. I'm going to do that next, Asia. I'm going to wrap up Cardi and go right to academics. Because y'all know I don't like that bottom feeder, but I did watch the disposition, and because I am such a contract legalese kind of girl, I've defended myself in my own divorce, in a lawsuit, and all that good stuff. And like I mentioned, I'm a real estate agent, so I work with contracts for. So I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I actually did pull a few cards to myself. After I watched it, I wanted to see how that attorney girl, because she was seething. She was seething. She was snapping on everybody. And as a professional, I think that was highly unprofessional. It's one thing to be a shark as a lawyer, but she was being unprofessional, meaning I think she was upset And so it was coming out very attitudey, but not strategically aggressive. It just came out attitudey. And I'm a big proponent for when you have certain positions or careers in life, you have to know how to control your emotions. Thanks, Kel. I believe in controlling your emotions, which is why my last two water sign business partners breached our partnership agreement because, well, they couldn't control their emotions. I'll never partner with, I don't know if I'll ever partner with anyone in business again, but definitely not a water sign. No shade, but hell no. Because I'm an air sign, I'm a Libra, and I'm very straight to the point. I'll accidentally put you in your feelings because you might want me to say things a little nicer. And I'm just going to get straight to the point into the business. And then after that's done, all right, girl, let's go have drinks. He was getting on her ass. He handled that very well. I am not a fan of academics, but kudos to him because he's not an attorney and made her look amateur, made her look petty. And in my opinion, he exposed what they're really after in these depositions, not just in the lawsuit with Milagro. I think the only reason they sued Milagro was so that they can get their hands on any communications between her, Tory Lanez, and anybody else. Because if they can see the things that he's saying privately, then they'll probably know how to counter and defend their position. I listened. They didn't spend much time talking about what they were supposed to be deposing him for. They wanted tea. They wanted tea. Even in Milagros, but she wasn't as legalese astute. So I feel like they kind of had their way with her. But these were expeditions to get tea from them. They don't care about them other than what information they may have that the opposing party might be able to use. All right, I'm gonna wrap up Cardi B. This is her not feeling like the singer she says she is. Cardi B, the industry has put a lot of money into you unjustly. Notice he's holding the scales of balance. This person is more poor. They're in shabby brown clothes representing poverty. So they should have more than this person. They might just be spiritually poor. Meaning you don't have, or emotionally poor, you don't have because you might be a compulsive shopper or something like that. So they get less. And that's righteous. In reverse, though, somebody who maybe doesn't deserve to get more might be getting more. That's what's behind her saying she's better than everybody else. I don't think any of her peers are going to go back and forth with her because at this point, they all agree, I believe, that she is an industry puppet. No writing, no producing, coming out with Kodak Black's song, coming out with Jay-Z's song. No, okay, I'm done with Cardi B. Cardi B, none of your fans are going to engage with you. They are going to let you sink or swim on your own. And they're doing that because they believe they'll let you sink. They're not going to engage in any drama with you. They're going to ignore you, all of them. All of them are on one accord and ignoring you because they know that'll do you in. So good luck. I see something being pushed back, though, so that they can maneuver around everybody else. All right. That's my opinion. Clean my hands and... All right. DJ Academics in that deposition. I actually think I want to see how Rock Nation feels about the deposition with DJ Academics. I don't want to read it from him. I love that, being able to be a sovereign entity. You know, I tried to be very careful with my message yesterday because when I was doing the message about the Constitution, at the end of the day, yes, I do believe in natural law and self-sovereignty. But do you guys know that being a sovereign citizen in the United States, meaning you decide to revoke your citizenship and participation with the government and be your own individual person, they put those people on the domestic terrorist list, and they call them extremists if you do not want to engage with the government. Let me show you. Let me show you. They call it the sovereign citizen movement. Now, I'm going to say, what is a movement? When we are all sovereign individuals. Before there was a nation, we were created. Humans existed before the United States, meaning we have natural laws, human rights given to us by God. Only when a nation decides to make itself a nation on land that it might not acquire legally, and then when people say, I actually don't want anything to do with the government, I don't believe in it, they put them on the FBI domestic terrorist list. So that's what I meant yesterday by the debate I had with even bringing that message to my platform. The sovereign citizen movement is a real and concerning phenomenon. Why is it concerning for citizens to say, you know what? I respect that there's a government, but I don't want to be under it. Consisting of individuals who believe they are not subject to government laws and taxes. What's wrong with a person saying, I believe I don't want to be subject to that? They're saying it like you should have, that's an audacity that you shouldn't have. Consisting of individuals who believe that they are not subject to government laws and taxes, often citing misunderstandings of historical documents like the 14th Amendment to justify their ideology. What ideology is it to say, I don't agree with the government, and so I don't want to be under it? And sure, that means that I don't have some of the benefits, but I'm good with that. Why would they be so upset with anyone wanting to do that? While their beliefs are not legally valid. So saying you are sovereign as a human being is not. The movement is associated with a range of illegal activities, leading the FBI to classify it as a domestic terrorist threat. So if you reject government authority, sovereign citizens believe that they are not bound by state and federal laws, taxes, and legal systems. The FBI recognized the movement as a significant domestic extremist threat. So, you can be on the FBI watch list for doing exactly what I did on my channel, breaking down the Constitution and showing its illegalities according to natural law. Good luck, JD, moving anywhere at this point in the game. It might, I don't know. Anyways, DJ Academics. I'm going to see how Rock Nation felt about his deposition. We know how he felt, victorious. Let's see how Rock Nation felt, because he said that they accidentally shared their screen and was snitching on him to the Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez when they took a break and he decided to speak to his platform about being deposed. They immediately, his lawyers, he alleged that the opposing lawyers were in a group chat and told Desiree Perez that he was talking about the deposition. Why would attorneys need to report to the CEO of Rock Nation when they're deposed? Anyway, so I'm going to read Rock Nation's perspective of how they feel about academics' deposition. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the collective energy of the entity Rock Nation. Shouldn't be scary. Shouldn't be scary. I'm not afraid. If you the lamb, you ain't afraid. You're equipped. We've seen into the future, so we don't live in fear. Live in empowerment. Empower yourself and you'll have nothing to be afraid of. It'll be challenging times because we're living through tribulations of judgment for someone else, but if the judgment is for them and it just causes a few trials for us, then we can get through it. How does Rock Nation, hold on, let me pull something up for a second. How does Rock Nation feel about the way their attorneys handled DJ Academics' deposition? Yep, fear feeds the negative. Can't live your life in fear because you'll attract all kinds of things that prove your fear valid. And then you get stuck because you'll start seeing all these things that justify you being afraid. Then you sink deeper down into that hopelessness and helplessness. But when you're not afraid, you're always looking for solutions and empowerment. You couldn't see my nipples if they fell off of my chest and landed on your toes like chocolate chips in a chocolate chip cookie. You couldn't see my nipples if go on OnlyFans or something. Why y'all want to bother me? There's plenty hoes out here that's gonna let y'all see they dirty pillows for the free. I'ma charge you your life. If you want to see these nipples, you gotta go to Glory afterwards. So go somewhere where it's cheaper and safe. I'm displaying my brain and my psychic vision to you. Don't ask to see what I don't offer to you. I don't need no fans. Be a fan of yourself. You all live in a world of following and stuff like that. I don't need you guys to be my fan. I don't need you guys to even believe everything I say. Wait for it. Research, study, and show thyself approve. Hey, K-Swin. All in the cards is in the house. Oh, this is my regular. It's my regular, K-Swin. My regular. All right. Let's see here. How Rock Nation feel about academics deposition, spirit? Seething, I know it. All right. They mad at that lady. They mad at that lady. The lead attorney, I won't come out and say they gonna kick her out the crew, but ooh, girl, I don't think they happy with that lady. I don't think they happy with that lead attorney. And they effed up by showing that screen. Just I don't think they're happy with the whole lot of attorneys. All of them got sunned. Child. Ironic. Now, this is Jay-Z, I think, in the challenging position. I think Jay-Z is vex, 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 vex. Vex, 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 vex. I heard somewhere on Instagram today they were playing this old clip from Jay-Z's cousin that worked for Roc Nation, and he was talking about how they don't get no handouts. Jay-Z might give them a job, but they got to perform, or they gonna get fired. So I believe that Jay-Z feels like if I'm paying you for something, you better mother sucking perform. You may take a L, but you can't take no L because you ain't perform. I think Jay-Z is vex, 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 vex. Jay don't need no straight. He got 99 problems, and this time a bitch is one. 1, 2, 3. Because all them attorneys on there was girls. Ooh, just gotta bite them words now. 99 problem, and now, yeah, a couple bitches is one. You got Nicki Minaj, you got these attorneys. And then they opened up the door to allow DJ Academics to say, yes, Roc Nation pays me for promotion. I know Jay-Z will say, cut the live now. Just get off the deposition. Get off. Somebody cut the Wi-Fi so the deposition gets, somebody pull their internet cord. Cut it. You sub to me to tell me Jesus loved me? Baby. Everybody loved me. Duh. All right. King of Swords in the past. I think that they were fully happy with, what's his name? Shapiro. Now, why he in the past position, I don't know. Maybe they feel like Shapiro wouldn't have let this happen. What is DJ Academics' sign? Is he an air sign? That could be DJ Academics. DJ, he acts like a Gemini. Academics. So, zodiac sign. A Taurus. Would have never thunk it. He gives Gemini. They can't afford him? Oh. So they got to go to the B League. Because to bring in the big dog. Oh. Maybe. But the big dog is in the past. So for some reason, maybe they just didn't want to pay his fee for depositions. Maybe they felt like the B League can handle depositions. I kind of think they may have had some issues with Shapiro though. He may still work for them, but I think something may have happened between them. And I think it was when Anna Luna stepped into the position. Remember when I first read that Anna Luna lady and I said, this is somebody that Shapiro isn't going to be able to use his same tactics with. So maybe since all the representatives, I kind of think Shapiro has to lay low for a reason. If I put him in this past position with what I saw when I read Anna Luna, Shapiro might have a reason to lay low right now. Look at this. Jay-Z not happy. Jay-Z's going to have a bad day in the near future. I'm going to clarify to see what it is. But he going to be on the chopping block for something else. Now, the goal was for them to go on a fishing expedition, but also I believe they wanted to get DJ Academics to say some things or get himself into a situation where they could dig deeper into. But he sunned everybody, all of their team that was on that live. He sunned them all, except for the ladies who didn't speak. Currently, Rock Nation is bleeding money. They are bleeding money. Bleeding money. And the problem is, who's making money at the label? Not just that, but they see that the industry is in shambles. Rock Nation is aware of the shambles, but they're bleeding money. This company is doing bad right now, financially. And I think that article about Jay-Z being some billionaire, I think that's fluff. I think that's PR. The problem is, yes, K-Swin, they paying out more than they can bring in. That's the problem. And everybody who they're having to pay to defend themselves and stay afloat, they eating them. Lawyers making them run it. Whoever else that's supporting them, they eating it. Eating it. I'm going to say, Rock Nation, you got a problem with your attorney. Y'all need to leave whatever, what is that, something in Emmanuel? Is that the firm that Spiro owns? Y'all need a new firm because y'all have had too close of a relationship with them. Lines start getting blurred between business and personal. These attorneys gonna set y'all up. Watch. These attorneys are setting y'all up. And if you think that Spiro is on the same level as you are, Jay-Z, even if he lets you think that, this might be why he in his past position, even if he may let you think that, it's strategy. Quinn Emmanuel, they need to get rid of the whole firm. Lines have been crossed between business and personal. They've been in bed with each other too long and too close. Seems to me that Quinn Emmanuel, once a representative stepped in on behalf of Tory Lanez, Spiro stepped back in a very strategic way. Still offers his services, but not him. You got to get the flunkies. He's smart. Spiro is stepping back, still letting you deal with them, still taking the money, but he ain't on the front line right now. That representative stepped in with Trump in her pocket and trumped him. Yes, Anna Luna trumped Spiro. Because Spiro, while on the same side as them, is on the wrong side. Trump is not in, or Jay-Z is not in bed with Trump. So Spiro working on behalf of Trump's op, while Luna has Trump in the pocket. That ain't gonna work. So Spiro says, I'm gonna step back silently, keep my face clean, but I'm still going to employ the attorneys here to get that money on. But if Spiro taking a step back and these attorneys are what Rock Nation is working with and they got ate up by DJ Academics, Spiro is setting you up to save himself, Jay-Z. But I know that y'all don't watch this because y'all be watching that other lady, so you won't get this tea. Where was I? Near future. Okay, that's the external energy. Hopes and fears. Well, there is a testimony from that night. I'm talking about who's the one person who wasn't drunk? Academics made a point. He said, if I don't believe Megan is that they put all the drunk people on the stand, I want to hear from the one person who wasn't drunk. That's in Rock Nation's hopes and fears. If the defense gets that young man to talk, that'll be a bad day for them. Outcome, though, the Ten of Cups. Rock Nation, despite what they're going through, they have the media and you guys, not my chat, because y'all smart. Y'all wise, not smart, but wise. They have the media and the people in their pocket. That's all that matters. So, yes, Rock Nation is going through it. But according to the media, social media, and their fans, people who are invested into this stuff, like celebrity culture, they just, oh, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Beyonce. They're going to run the PR. They're going to fight all of this in the media. So yes, what they're dealing with is bad for them, but they're going to run it in the court of public opinion. And public opinion will always side with them because they know how to do that. There's a science behind manipulating people's minds. There's a science and a spell behind PR, media, and all of that. And that's what they're going to do. And the fans, the public, will be their saving grace. They spend a lot of money running PR ads. Yep, Beyonce can drop Act 3. None of this is going to matter. And she probably will. I don't know if Beyonce ever intended to drop all 3 acts back to back like she did. I think that these were supposed to be her last projects, maybe. And she was going to space them out strategically. But desperate times calls for desperate measures. Beyonce, behind this release, to change the tide of things and to bring in some more money for their legal issues. Beyonce saves them every time these days. All kind of shenanigans over there at Rock Nation trying to stay afloat, but their saving grace is the fact that people love them despite what they have going on. They put out that Jay-Z was a billionaire, and people forgot all about that conversation about that the NFL that was taking place last week. What was that? Did somebody expose the NFL or something? Anyways, you'll notice that at the most strategic and convenient times, there's a nice article that'll be planted or shared about something dealing with the success or the greatness, the Black excellence of Jay-Z, Beyonce, or Rock Nation. And it always kills things, at least in the media. It works. It works for them. In those leaked audios of Desiree Perez, she mentioned something like that. All we have to do is get people back on our side. That is something they're good at. And I believe that they have that down to a science. It works. People are predictable and people's emotions can be played on easily. You guys don't know how the elite, you don't even have to be the elite. You just have to understand human nature. And you can be taken advantage of if somebody plays on your emotions enough or on your consciousness, plays a few mind tricks, a couple illusions, does some magic on you. So that is Rock Nation. Any questions? I should have clarified some more. All right, let me see. It's not too late. I still got the spread. Crowning. This was a clarifier. Outcome. Near future. Current position. I mean, how they see themselves. External position. Hopes and fears. That must have been a clarifier. Oh, that was a clarifier. Clarifier. Past position. I want to look at him. Okay. All right. Dab for the gang. Like that. Is that the dab you were asking me for, Sloppy Jalopy? I love you too, Tony Montana. I want to look at Spiro. This is who I at least believe to be Spiro. Past position. If you're trying to offend me with watermelon, gorillas, and chicken wings, I'm not offended. My ancestors are the least animalistic. We don't have fur. We don't let dogs kiss us in the mouth. I mean, stuff like that. Watermelon is delicious. It's hydrating and it's healthy. It's full of water. So I don't know why that's shade for anybody to eat watermelon, especially Black people who outlive. Maybe you should be eating some watermelon. And chicken, everybody eats chicken. It's delicious. But I like chicken tenders, not bone chicken. And I'm a little bit allergic to watermelon. As I get older, it makes my throat itch. So the insult fell flat. It fell flat. You guys don't know how to insult me. I'm emotionally stable, so you're never going to gag me. Ever. I was born in the 80s, before the internet, before social media. I had to get picked on in the face. Anybody insulted me, well, they had to do it in my face, and I had to learn how to dish it on back. I didn't have to fight over the internet because we had to put hands and feet on each other in the middle of the road. So you and I are not the same trolls. You can't bother a grown-ass woman with childish insults. Come on now. I drank out the water hose. I fought barefoot in the streets, in the dirt roads, and we traded insults in each other's faces. So I hope you can type, because my hands work. I may not be able to type as fast, but my hands work just as good as you can throw an insult on that keyboard. So you just make sure. You just make sure that your hands work just as well. Not saying that I'm gonna be the one, but y'all be having a lot of audacity with grown ass people who was here before this virtual reality that you live in. Everything is fake to y'all, but everything real to me. Everything real to me. King of Swords in the past position. Now, if I say something about your skin's inability to withstand natural elements, then I'm going to be wrong, ain't it? I'm going to be wrong, ain't it? If I challenge you to a sunbathing competition, I'm going to be wrong, ain't it? Everybody going to think I'm being racist when all I said was challenge me. Let's sit out in the sun naked together. No sunscreen, just raw dog. The both of us. Now I'll be the racist person, right? So stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, for I don't insult you. I just say, let's challenge. Challenge me to a sunbathing contest, why don't you? Who cares about watermelon and chicken? Sit in the sun with me for several hours with no sunscreen, no clothes, no shade. While drinking cognac. Because you know that make you hotter. Then I'm going to be racist, ain't it? King of Swords in the past. I think that's Spiro, but I want to know why he's in the past. Jay-Z and Spiro. Ace Boone Combs. I think that they were too close. Too close. When you saw Spiro speaking, it was definitely on behalf of that Sagittarius male. Whatever Spiro did, it was the will of Hove, I believe. I think Jay-Z got him into I think what Spiro feels like an unwinnable battle. And what's his record? Has he ever lost a case? Let me see. Is it Alex Spiro? Alex Shapiro, lawyer. It's not his name. What is his real name? Shapiro. Quinn and Emmanuel Urquhart and Sullivan. Whew. Well, he's not a partner there. We see that much. Is it Robert Shapiro? Andrew Shapiro? His name is Andy Shapiro? Alex. I thought it was supposed to be Alex. Why he ain't coming up? Because Alex Shapiro, it came up for like a composer. They're showing an Alexandra Shapiro. I can't find this man. Let me type in Jay-Z's attorney. Jay-Z's lead attorney, Alex Shapiro. But why it don't come up nowhere? Oh, I was spelling it wrong. It's Spiro. S-P-I-R-O. Okay. Here we go. Now I want to say, how many cases has he lost? Many cases. How many cases has Alex Spiro lost? Alex Spiro has not lost a criminal or civil case in over a decade. So here we are. I think Alex might have stepped back a little because he may feel like this one, they can't win. And here's Tory Lanez, the Leo. Alex is concerned about this Tory Lanez situation, so he's stepping back. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Railroaded bad judgment due to a relationship with the legal system, because the Lovers is actually a Gemini card, an air sign card. Railroaded false judgment due to a special relationship here. Let's look at that special relationship. Oh, see, this relationship helps them helps everything go their way. This relationship now, this is the Torah law. Torah law. So this relationship that they have with the law benefits certain gatekeepers, entities, and it helps everything go their way. There are other entities allegedly involved other than just the legal to make situations cohesively turn a certain way. For instance, like Desiree Perez can get her daughter, locked up in a mental facility, so you have to have doctors on board. Child. That's what's behind this relationship. Stars, A-list celebrities, when you become a Hollywood mainstay, not just a celebrity, not just A-list, I mean an unmovable star, one of the stars that'll be stars for the rest of their life. This seems like one of the benefit packages that you get. The legal system. I think that they seem to feel like a female was more of an aggressor. I think Spiro is trying to distance himself a little bit. My goodness. Oh, Jay-Z. So let me see you in the near future as the Emperor reverse, because I feel like that's Jay-Z. Or it could be a few of the men attached to him. No. Something was supposed to work out according to a blueprint. And maybe he feels like he's not getting his money's worth for whatever he's paying for. I think Jay-Z is vexed. I think he may be in search for some new legal aid. I don't think that he is going to be able to completely drop Team Quinn, but I think while he's finishing out whatever business he has with them, I think he may be looking for something new. Because these legalities are mounting up against him when they're supposed to make them go away. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jay-Z introduces some new legal people to his team. Love you, JD. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I got for Rock Nation and how they feel about that deposition. Is there anything else that I missed going on currently before I end this too? Because it's almost 9 o'clock. I shall not be on here past 9 o'clock. So if there's anything else, give it to me now. Oh, let me ask. I told you guys that I believe that they were going to take Lil Nas X and zap him. When they finally got him in their custody. I said they were going to zap him and make him all normal again. And by normal, I mean in line. Spirit, what's the current energy surrounding Lil Nas X? What happened to him while he was locked up? Did anything besides him just sitting in a jail cell happen? And what's currently going on in Little Nas X's life? What's the energy surrounding him? And what's coming up in his future? Since he just got released from jail, Antonio Brown, that's the NFL player that everybody always talks about. I'll do him in 1 second. Little Nas X. Little Nas X. Montero. I love that name. Little Nas X, what happened to you after you got locked up? While you were in jail, did you just sit in there? And what's coming up for you? I believe you got zapped, but let's see. I believe that he's back where he's supposed to be. Back as a knight, doing what celebrities are supposed to do, and that's entertain and do celebrity shit. The challenge is his mom for some reason. Did his mama come out and say anything about him? What's wrong with his mama? Because she in reverse. How's his mother in reverse? Who is his mama? Where his mama? She's on drugs. Oh. Well, that's why she's in reverse. And wasn't he raised by his father? Okay, well, that would make sense. Okay. It makes me believe even more that that young man was on drugs. I don't think that was a PR stunt. I think he's using. And he does have deep childhood issues, which is why he would probably be prone to using. If he didn't before he got in the industry, that'll definitely make it easier to do. He despised her. Okay, well, Little Nas X is a ball of childhood trauma, as most people are, whether they know it or not. Him calling himself cis, and I'm sorry for anybody that's in the LGBT community, but I wouldn't say this otherwise if this wasn't what I was picking up. Something about his mother wound attributes to his sexuality. That's my opinion. In the past, he was released, obviously. But why does that show up? Because I know that. I don't never need y'all to tell me stuff that's obvious. Oh, there's something not so obvious about that. In the near future, he will continue some sort of treatment, even if it's out of the public eye. I know he has to enroll in some kind of program. That's not everything that program will be doing to fix him. There's some other mental stuff besides just going over 12 steps in therapy that he will be experiencing, that he experienced while he was confined. I told y'all last time they was going to zap him when he got in there, and I believe he did. And he will continue to get zapped because they even do that as a treatment. You need a certain amount of zaps over a period of time in order to reprogram you. But they can't do it all at once because that's too much electricity to the brain. They'll fry you. I think they learned that with Kanye. They learned that with the older celebrities, the Kanyes, the Britneys, the Amanda Bynes. If you go overboard with the zapping, it'll send them to the other extreme. So now they break it up and do it in like treatments. Now, crowning him, even though this is not a cup, this tells me that he is in the sunken place. Because he is him. This is Little Nas X as a human individual, meaning According to the way God sees it, you were your own sovereign being. You give up a lot of sovereignty every day in this government, in the world, but even more so in the industry. Because he has relied on the industry to prop him up so much, which is what you do when you sign certain contracts and sell pieces of yourself, well, you lose pieces of yourself. I believe that the soul of Little Nas X is gone. The consciousness, the soul, gone. And I say gone and not leaving because they're going to continue the zapping, and that is going to push his core persona further back, and what we will have is his splits, the alters, the other personalities. He got right out of the facility and was animated again. He's gone. So below, all that's left is his body. All that's left in his body, but he's no longer in control of his garden anymore. Montero is gone. Somewhere far, far, far behind fractured pieces of his psyche. And those aren't going to be recovered, I don't believe. I have to look at the outcome, but no, because the age of grace is over. All we have left are choices and consequences. The Magician. This is also a Gemini card. And this is actually how he sees himself, a magician, ironically. Someone who he's not, an illusion of himself. On this table is all four elements. Little Nas, and these are his other personalities. He sees himself as a house for all these other core personas. Currently, he identifies with whichever one is driving. That's who he identifies with now. But he's going to identify with some of these other personas at some point. Because see this loopiness over his mind? And even that in his context, this is loopiness, and then this is a bandage from some sort of treatment that affects his mind, splits him. He sees himself as an illusion. He doesn't see himself. He sees himself as whatever alter is present at the time. Now, how does everyone else see him? Everyone else thinks he plays too much. And that's sad because what's going on, this man is gone. And y'all talking about he played too much? His panties was cute. His body was tea. Y'all just social media lingo this man instead of, I don't know. I don't know what the people could have done. Nothing. But y'all think he playing. He's not. He ain't been right since then, to be honest. They probably punished him then by not allowing him to release music, and that's why he been out of his rocker. This is hopes and fears. Look, this man is fractured, split in his mind into multiple personas now. Very, very sad outcome. But the fans will eat them up because they'll continue to fix them, dress them up, and put them out there to entertain y'all. And everyone will say, I told y'all. No, I think people are gullible. This man is going to, while the world is celebrating him in his future for whatever he does, this man is gone. And you're not dealing with his core anymore in his body. While the world's celebrating him, where's his soul? While the world cheers him on, this people make this shit go round. People, we do. Because the minute they clean somebody up, push them out in front of us, we forget everything that happened. We just want to be entertained. We just want to eat, manja, 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 feed me, feed me. Feed me entertainment so I don't have to think about my own problems. This is a larger picture. It tells me that humanity is a robot. Because everybody will do everything. It's almost like the Truman Show. Wake up, go to work, do the kids, complain a little bit in between about the government, go home. Wake up, go to work, do the kids, let's get married, listen to music, complain a little bit about the world, go home. Wake up. It just, people are like robots, programmed to always find some sort of contentment in the bullshit of it all. And that's by design too, because we have been covered with so much stuff that most people disassociate themselves. Especially after COVID, people couldn't take more bad news. Everybody's looking for an outlet, an escaping mechanism, and whichever one they give is the one people we don't care. Just give me something to escape. So everybody doesn't even know that you're all just robots. Rinse, wash, and repeat. And whatever coping mechanism is here to cope with the realities that you don't want to deal with, the harsh realities, you will gladly accept it. Despite your freedoms in the land of liberty being repossessed or possessed because you didn't have them, as long as you participate. And that's another story, but giving consent to the government to do whatever they want means you participate. Doesn't matter what side of the field you are on. Once you cast your ballot, you are saying, dear government, I am not sovereign enough to make it on my own, to figure out how to navigate my life. It's none of our job to run a country. So I don't think that I need to vote for a president. All I need to do is run my life. And I don't need anybody else to do that. I don't need your welfare. I don't need any of that, because where I live in my community, we do a lot of that shit ourselves. We keep each other accountable. I got male cousins who patrol their communities where they live to make sure ain't nobody getting out of line. The police don't even have to do it. My father made sure that we were educated at home very well. Before we got to any sort of schooling, he installed a chalkboard in our house, desks, a bookshelf. And my father was militant about education. Not strict, militant. Because he thinks he's smarter than everybody. So he was absolutely going to feel like ain't nobody smart enough to teach my kids but me. So That's why I'm saying I personally don't see the need to give my consent away about how my life is ran. But if you give your consent in that way, even if you think you're voting for one side, you are saying, I give my self autonomy away for you to decide what's best for me. Once they do that, you cannot get upset with whatever they decide to do because you are telling them, I choose you to make all of those decisions for me. You know best. So even if they say one thing and then they change their mind later and decide to be completely different and you feel like they've done you wrong, they actually haven't because you gave your consent. Who protect me from who? I'm 38 years old. I ain't never need nobody to protect me. Protect me from who and what? I'm not 12. I wasn't born yesterday. The fuck? How do you not know how to protect yourself? That means that you've been a human for how long and you haven't paid any attention into how you are, who you are and what your own personal power is. I don't need nobody to protect me from shit. I don't live a life that I would need protecting from. And if I did, baby, I protect me. I'm heavily armed, licensed, and I lived in a stand your ground. I live in a stand your ground state. I've never needed protection. Not in 38 years. I've never needed protection from anyone. I've never been threatened like that to where I need somebody else to step in and protect me. Now, if that's what you need, then look at your own life. But I'm telling you, I am almost 38 years old in about 30 days, and I've never needed someone to protect me because I live a very clean life. And I'm a woo lady. Protect me. Y'all need protection. I just went to the graveyard this weekend and employed several dead people to handle my trolls when I'm on live. I don't need protection from nobody. You know, people call me for protection, actually. How many of y'all done got a protection ceremony from me? Raise your hand. Fuck around and find out. The fuck? Go on my page and read my reviews for my work. Read how one of my clients was arrested, handcuffed by the police. They pulled her gree out her bag. The chief came in and said, what the fuck are you doing? You fucked up. And they let her go. Only thing I needed to do was send her another gree because they had opened it and spilled all the, I protect people. What the fuck are you talking about? And if you are wise enough to listen, you won't need protection either. I ain't never had a police officer come and protect me. Bitch, I'm black. Protect me? I'm a black woman. I protect everybody. And don't you never get it fucking twisted. Who gonna protect you? I make my own money. I protect myself. I protect others. I'm a part of a village. We take care of each other if that's what we need. But come on now. You need protection. You need assistance. You need welfare. You need somebody to tell you this and that. I don't. You work for God, Most Hog. I know you meant to say hi, and I don't know if you trolling me. You have protection? Good, Mike. Good. And these days, you're going to need it. And if you here to troll me, you definitely going to need it. So that's that. Anybody else with some smart-ass questions so that I can answer them? Who going to protect me? I'm going to outlive half of y'all. Want to know how I know? Y'all don't know how to survive like us. Your whole world is a virtual reality. You still think insults gonna bother somebody who know how to throw hands, who know how to survive in the real world and not just online. Y'all don't even eat food. Y'all don't even eat real food. Somebody said, when was the last time I've been to KFC? I go to the farmer's market and purchase all my meat from a farmer, all my produce from a farmer with a local farm that I can visit. I have a garden in my backyard. I pick shit and then put it in my pots. Do I sound like a helpless ass bitch to you? All right, you guys have been enlightened enough. Do I think that's where it comes from? Yes. And I can kill and pluck a chicken myself too. Take that neck and swing that thing around. Y'all don't know me. I'm from the country. The fuck? I live in the woods. I live on a dirt road. Y'all listen. Don't make me get on here and flex because these trolls be asking me stupid questions. I am a human being, the OG human. Before y'all knew, because y'all don't know what it means to be human no more. Y'all born into a virtual reality. Y'all don't even have the same consciousness because y'all been programmed since birth. I ain't sit up in front of TV. I had to be outside in the elements, in the sun, getting vitamin D and having melanin, having melanin rays being poured into my mind. My pineal gland was just shining. I didn't grow up like y'all. I was in third grade or so when they start trying to implement computer classes to teach us how to use the new computers. And all they had on there for games was the Oregon Trail. So I need ChatGPT. You want to know why? I grew up writing in cursive. You probably wondering what the fuck that is. My mind can identify Old English. You need ChatGPT. We is not the same. I'm OG human. So I don't need to be protected. You do though. And with that being said, love you guys. If you take anything with you from tonight, I didn't say technology is not all the devil, sir. I didn't say anything was the devil. When did you hear devil come out of my mouth? I'm on the internet right now, so why would I say that about technology? Don't mental spar with me. I promise you're going to be confused. T-Leb, you're not smart. You're not wise, so you don't belong here. Y'all come to troll me, I insult y'all back. Spirit, what is the spiritual energy surrounding these trolls? What is the state of their soul, of their consciousness? The trolls who are in here trolling me, can you give me one card for the state of their consciousness, their spiritual health? What consciousness? Whatever the man tells you to do, that's what you do. Whatever the government, whatever the emperor says, that's what you believe. There is no consciousness in this card. It's only authority on one side and then you doing what the fuck ever authority tells you to do. Kenneth Sandlin, spirit, Kenneth Sandlin is in my chat and says, I need Jesus. What is the state of Kenneth Sandlin's spirit? If I need Jesus' spirit, what does Kenneth Sandlin need for his soul to evolve? Guidance. You need guidance from somebody wiser than you. And I charge. Who else was in here? I missed one because Sissy deleted them. Spirit, to the two trolls that have come in here and said that this is black. Well, the one troll that came in here and said that I'm doing black magic. What message does the divine have for that person about me doing black magic? Oh, are you here? And yes, you see these 10 blackbirds singing in the dead of night? That's exactly what the fuck I am. So why are you here? And this tells me you've been here. I have forgotten them. I'm on my way out, actually. I'm doing this for fun, but I'm gonna end my live after this. Spirit, Lazy Gamer has called me satanic. Spirit, would you, with the divine, say that I am satanic? With the Most High, say that I am satanic. I'm wasting my time here. I'm just having fun. My spirit said, don't involve me with them people. Spirit, there's a whole population of people who troll. But in these times of trial and tribulation, the time where grace has been removed and all there is left is consequence, the wheat and the tares, I believe that there are so many things that these humans, or whatever they are, should be concerned about other than trolling me. In the times of judgment, trial, and tribulation, this is my last message for the trolls, and then I'm outie 3000. What should they be more concerned about as it relates to their soul in the times that we are in than me? You actually are in the presence of a divine messenger who is being really cute with you. It would be best for you to get in tune with a spiritual source while it lasts. You guys talk about the rapture, but it's already happening. The wheat and the tares are being separated. And the voice crying out in the wilderness will shut up. And there will be a time where the Shekinah, the spirit, is removed from the face of the earth. I believe that's when the millennial generation dies out, because we're the last generation that lived a fully human life without the new world order. So who will you guys have as an example of what life was like before the virtual reality set in, to help guide you through real life challenges as an adult when they are making you guys robots? Unfortunately, the day of salvation and grace and all of that stuff is gone. You make a choice, and then the lines are being drawn. What I am here doing is gathering the wheat. And it seems I have nothing to offer you. You've been rejected by the Divine Mother for the way you handle one of her children. Don't vex someone that came here to enlighten the humans before their opportunity for enlightenment is completely and utterly gone. You're talking about technology ain't all evil. I wasn't the one who said in the next 10 years, I predict humans will be obsolete and all we'll need them for is entertainment. And I'm not the one who can't formulate thoughts without using AI. Anyways, you guys bore me. Shout out to the OG busted babies in here. I love you guys, but you trolls, you guys are boring. I don't even have fun eating you. So with that being said, I'm going to go and get some beauty rest. The details about the Crown of Success and Fast Money combo ceremony taking place on the eclipse is on my page. If you'd like to participate, please email beyondtheveiladina@gmail.com. I also have my service list up there, as well as how you reach me for a consultation. Be blessed if you deserve blessings. If you choose to be blessed, and if you choose not to, then have the day that you deserve. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, I'll be back tomorrow. I think Kay Swin asked me about something and I didn't get a chance to on here, but I'll pick it up tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow. So God bless you all. Love you. Bye.